Good morning. Or is it today's yoga practice is for a day that you are not looking forward to, a day you might even dread. So whether it's a meeting that you're not looking forward to, or maybe a conversation with a person you're not crazy about, there could be multiple reasons why today you just want to stay in bed and wish it never happened. But we're going to do a short yoga practice today, try and change up the energy, get a little bit more positivity so that we can move forward with our day. All right, let's get started on our backs. Okay, so we're going to get started in a constructive rest position. So we'll lie all the way on down and get your feet about mat width distance. Knock the knees in together. Get the shoulder blades underneath you, maybe a little fidgets out of the system, and then rest the hands on the belly. Close the eyes. Take some nice deep inhales and long exhales. As you inhale, feel the belly fill up as the hands rise to the ceiling. And as you exhale, feel the low back just gently press into the mat. Inhale to fill up. Exhale to release and ground into the earth. Oftentimes when we have a day we're not looking forward to, we can really wallow or perseverate on all of the negative expectations we have for the day. So we ruminate on that meeting or that conversation, that phone call. And all of the reasons why we just don't want to do it, we don't want to go, ugh. So a big tool against that negative cycle of rumination, expectation, worry, dread, is to get present, to get in the moment. After all, you're on your yoga mat now. You're not in that meeting. You're not on the phone. You're here, breathing, doing something good for yourself. And when the mind starts to wander to the future, bring the attention back to the breath. The sensation of what your body is doing in this moment. All right, you can flutter the eyes open. And let's bring both knees into the chest, gently here in the beginning. Maybe you grab the shins and just a light pull of the knees towards the chest. And then you can just rock from side to side. So one of the things we're going to try to do here today is to really focus our attention on what's going on in this moment. And reminding yourself that there's good things happening in this moment. Like right now, I'm giving myself a little low back massage here. Even the littlest things. Take joy in that. Now keep that right knee hugged in. Stretch the left leg out long, or if the hips are a little tight, you can just plant the left foot on the mat, knee bent to the sky. Stretch that right leg up. Hand can come behind the thigh and just pull it in. A little hamstring stretch. To get the calf involved here, flex the toes towards the face. And then point the toes. Little ankle stretch. Flex to hit the calf. And point. One last time, flex and hold here. Pull the leg in maybe a little bit closer. And then cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Just gently nudge that right knee away from you and feel a stretch in the outside of the right hip. You can start to bring that left knee in towards your chest. You'll get more of a stretch in the outside of that right hip. Place the foot back on down. Uncross the legs. And then stretch the right leg out long on the mat. Hug the left knee in. Again, you can plant that right foot on the mat as we stretch the left leg up to the sky. Choice is yours. And flex the toes towards the face. Oof. It's hard to find the joy in that tight calf muscle in the morning. Point the toes, little ankle stretch here. Flex the toes. Point. Flex. One more time, just for good measure. Point those toes. Flex the toes and hold. Pull that leg just a little bit closer into the face. And cross that left ankle over the right thigh. Coaxing the left knee away, bring that right knee into the chest if you want to get more of a stretch in the outer hip. Nice little figure 4 shape with the legs here. And then bring that right foot back on down. Bring the left foot back on down alongside of it, and just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. I know, depending on how deep your feelings are about how bad this day is going to be, it can be hard and feel trite for somebody to say, find the good things, be in the moment. You know, sometimes it's really hard to ring true. But let that be a sign, roll up to sit here, that maybe you need to try to do those things even more. Even if it's the smallest silly things, finding something that is good amidst all of the things that you're not looking forward to or that you see as bad might be exactly what you need to be doing. So let's come to sit on our shins just as I am here. And we're going to go through a little bit of a back bending flow. So let's come to stand on the knees and bring the arms overhead. Look up to those thumbs. And then float the arms back down. Hands can come, backs of hands at the low back. Push those hips forward as the chest comes up and the gaze might go up. This is camel pose. And then come, bring that torso back up to center and then reach the hands towards the sky. Hands come to heart center, sit back down on the knees. I think there's something in that pose where my breath is really constricted. So on this next one, let's try to find together how to breathe when we're in that slight back bend position. Come up to stand, and as you rise, bring the hands up. Look at those thumbs. Float the hands down, hands at the low back. Push those hips forward. Chest lifts, shoulders away from ears. Find your breath. One more breath in. Bring the torso back upright. Release the hands up to the sky. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit back down. One more time. It's getting a little bit better each time. Come on up. Rise up. Look up. Exhale, hands come to the low back. Push those hips forward. It doesn't need to be a big movement here, but maybe it's a little bit bigger each time. The hips are going forward as the tailbone is pointing down. And again, let's find that breath. Feeling a sense of expansion here. Often I focus on a sense of crunching in my low back and how can I get rid of that crunching in my low back. Let's focus on the openness in the chest. Take the attention to something that's working for you. Release the hands, bring them up to the sky, and then sit back down on the knees, hands to prayer position. Good work. Bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to make our way to a downward facing dog. So you can start in your table pose and then tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the hips high. Bend the knees one at a time to kind of just let the hamstrings know that we're in this position here. And focus on lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Light engagement of the abs. Keep nice integrity in your upside down V. Pressing in through the whole of the palm here. And then settle into your down dog. Taking an inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. If you can, just lift it up as high as feels good. And then step that right foot between the hands. You can take a couple steps if you need to. Drop the left knee down and untuck the toes. Rise up for your low lunge. Take the hands down to the hips. I want you to back off this lunge here, so just come upright a little bit more. And just like in camel pose, sometimes I can feel a little bit crunchy in my low back here. So let's dip the tailbone down, so tuck the tailbone slightly. It's not exaggerated here, but just slight tuck of the tailbone. Squeeze the inner thighs, and then just shift the weight forward. I have a little bit more breadth in my low back, and I hope you do too. So we've found a way to make something that's uncomfortable work just a little bit better as I fall over. Reach the hands up to the sky. Plant those hands on opposite sides of that right foot. Tuck the toes and step or make your way back to downward facing dog. Maybe you bend into one knee, bend into the other, and let's all bend into our right knee really strongly here. So bend into that right knee and almost dip the right hips down and look under that left arm to the opposite side. So bend strongly into that left knee, dip the left hips down a bit and look under that right arm. All right, come back through center, settle into your dog. Pressing into the hands, lift that left foot up to the sky and step that left foot, a couple steps is cool, between the hands. Drop the right knee down, untuck the toes, and rise. Hands come right on down to the hips. Let's find our stability here. So you see, you might be somebody who immediately just dips into their flexibility. Maybe you're thinking that feels good, but then all of a sudden, the back starts to talk to you. Well, let's back off. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the inner thighs together, and then just shift forward. Still getting that great stretch, but we're not getting the crunch. Lift the hands to the sky. Frame the left foot, and this time we're going to tuck the back toes and step the right foot forward to meet the left. Heel toe the feet about hip width distance apart and grab opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Let this feel good. Think of possibly tipping the weight into the balls of the feet here so you're not resting on your heels. Releasing the low back and the hamstrings and finding that nice even breath. Release the hands to the earth. Heel toe the feet in maybe just a little bit closer if you had them wide. And then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Let the head hang like a heavy stone. Stack the head on top of the shoulders. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and find your nice, strong standing position. So let's reach our hands up to the sky, and then on an exhale, if you can find it, sink the hips back. Toes are working over those, or knees are working over those toes, but maybe we can still see our toes in front of our knees. So we don't need to go real deep here. And just like in our lunge and our camel, we don't want to stick our booty out too much and get this curve in the spine. We want to tuck the tailbone. Biceps by the ears. And breathe. Press into those feet. Feel the strength in your legs. And know with those strong legs that you are strong and can handle anything that comes your way. Even the stuff you're not looking forward to. Bring the hands to heart center. Take a big breath in and then twist the torso to the right. You're still here. Now you can stay upright like this, or you can start to dip down and take that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Chair twist. Release your prayer. Come back to chair. Keep breathing. Yes, I know those thighs are burning. Hands to heart center. Torso to the left. Stay upright or dip down. Find your twist. Tell your thighs it'll be over soon. You're working for me now. Come back through center. Straighten those legs. Oof. Reach up. Hands to heart center. Hands to your sides. Shake out the legs. Good work. Very good work. So yes, sometimes it's about reminding ourselves too that we have the strength to move through whatever it is we're not looking forward to. Reach the hands up. Look up. Exhale. Fold. Bow towards the earth. Plant the fingertips down on the mat and step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Let's drop our right knee down and untuck the toes. Rise up for your low lunge. Frame that left foot, bring the fingertips back down. Untuck or tuck the toes, lift off of the back knee and rise up for a high lunge. Now you can stay here if you want to challenge your balance this morning. Bring your hands back to airplane arms, and we're going to straighten up that front leg and find our warrior three. Torso is parallel with the earth, back foot flexed. Hips are level. Lifted leg is strong. Now let's just teeter-totter our way up to stand. If you're in a lunge, just step the back foot forward. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Plant the fingertips on the earth and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the left knee down, untuck the toes, reach up, look up. Exhale, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift up, rise up, high lunge. Find stability and strength here first. Energy in that back leg. Hands to airplane arms if you want to find the balance. Envision that nice warrior three shape and then go for it. Breathe. Focused gaze. Teeter-totter. And let's all meet in standing. Shake the legs out. Inhale up. Fold. Fingertips to the earth. And let's actually bend our palms down towards the earth. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Lower to tabletop position. And then hips back to the heels. So we're sitting on our shins. Nice job. And let's shift off to one side and let's come to a seat. You can cross the legs in front of you or take them out long, whatever feels better in your body here. we're just gonna wrap up. Want to find a nice, easeful position to end our practice. So let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Nice little release. Relax the forehead towards the earth. So if you did that warrior three, or if you were in your lunge and thinking about that warrior three, know how the envisioning of what you're about to do in a positive way can be a very positive thing. So before we launched into that balance pose, we pictured it. Walk yourself back up to sit. If you have your legs crossed, switch the cross of the legs. Reach up to the sky. And fold, 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 fold. Bow the head to the earth. So we pictured our warrior three. And I really hope that when you pictured it, like me, you pictured this strong, beautiful, stable, active warrior position. You didn't picture yourself falling over and having to get back into it and being frustrated. So envisioning a positive outcome can be a really powerful tool for a day that we're not, or a thing that we're not looking forward to. Walk yourself back up to sit. Rest the hands on the knees or by your sides, whatever feels right. Take the shoulders up by the ears. Relax the shoulders down. Settle into your breath. And let's just take a moment here to picture in our mind's eye that thing or things that are causing us to dread this day. And just picture it in whatever detail you need, going really well. Going as well as you could hope. And gosh, some days and some things, the as well as you could hope is just getting through it on the other side. And that's okay. And now, just as actively as you did that vision work, picturing the future, let that go and come be here now. Be present. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, ground down, feel strong. And flutter the eyes open if they are not already. I hope that maybe we found some ways together to tackle the things that we don't want to do or we don't like. Ways to look at things more positively and a good approach to a day ahead that maybe we were dreading. All right. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you here on the mat next time.